So I just thought I'd make a video on this channel because I made this channel last year. I've not really used it because I have a different one. Just a quick video really. How many of you, leave a comment if you watch this video, are dealing with either depression, anxiety, probably all of you because you're very sensitive, but also on top of that, how many of you are dealing with chronic illness, whether that's something physical beyond the anxiety that might be chronic for you as well. For me, I have chronic fatigue. I've had this for a while. I'm still trying to get to the root of why I feel the way I do. I, for a long time, was blaming a drug I took called Roaccutane. It was a medication for acne. And it is linked to a lot of problems, and some people have taken that drug and became stuck in the same position I'm in, where their whole body seems ill and toxic. But on top of that, I've gone through certain experiences that have shaped my life and made me view the world in quite a negative light, becoming vegan and seeing all the abuse, watching hundreds of videos, hours of content probably relating to animal slaughter factory farms. That is not good for you, obviously. On top of that, I went through a relationship for a few years that was very, again, toxic and abusive mentally and emotionally, and it took a long time for me to realise I was with a narcissist, or at least someone who's got borderline personality disorder. Maybe it's not fair for me to judge what their problem was, but maybe I'll talk about that in a separate video. I don't want to make this one too long. But I'm really trying to get to the root of, why do I feel so negative about my life? Why do I feel chronically ill? And to me it seems quite obvious now that I can blame a drug I took 11 years ago that damaged my body and, might have altered something within me. But that doesn't really help me get better now, does it? And I've tried a lot of different diets. I eat very healthy, I feel, and it doesn't make much of a difference. I still feel terrible. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs. A lot of people do, and they function a hell of a lot better than me. And my issue really seems that I am scared all the time. Like, my nervous system's always fired up. I'm in fight, flight, or freeze mode, where I feel dissociated. So most of the time I'm in freeze mode, but when I'm out in public, or I was in London the other day and there's a lot of people around, I've got my guard up. I'm ready to kind of fight or run, because in my mind, I don't go to London very often. That's where the terrorist attacks happen, right? So my mind's linking London to that, and I'm constantly like, oh, there's a lot of people here. One of them might be mental and decide to stab me for no reason. Or maybe they just don't like the way I look. And when I feel anxious, and probably this is the case for you as well, like socially anxious, I know I must be giving off awkward vibes. Like, I make eye contact with someone for a sec and they just see like the terror in my eyes. So to wrap this video up, what I'm trying to say is I think we all need to take a look at ourselves, a self-assessment as to why we believe we're the way we are. And some of it might just be, the way we were born. Like, I'm an introverted person. I think that is probably biological. Maybe it stems from our ancestry and the way we evolved in particular. So our line of ancestors, maybe they were the ones that were kind of careful and quiet. And I've often thought that if we were in a survival situation, and I know that HSPs, which is what this channel is about, aren't always introverted, but most of the time they will be, or at least, very sensitive. So again, there is a link between introverted and sensitive. We would have been very good at surviving, maybe not great at fighting, because it doesn't come naturally necessarily, that sense of violence and aggression. But we would have been careful, we would have been spotting things before other people. But unfortunately, we're in a world where we just sit at a fucking desk all day and type shit, and our minds are too overactive to deal with that, and we might feel we've got like ADHD and all these other diagnoses. But what I'd say is, turn this video off. It's going to turn itself off in a second, and really look at yourself and ask, why am I this way? What situations have influenced this behaviour, or this way of looking at the world, and what can I do about that now? How can I learn from that experience to kind of put it behind me? How can I reassure myself that, I won't let that happen again, whether it was a toxic relationship, whether it was a dodgy drug? You are safe now. You are a lot wiser. You might feel very fragile and a bit damaged from the experiences, But you're ahead of most people, man. Most people, they're waiting for the thing to blow up and change their life. It's already happened for you. It's not going to get any worse. But I think because we're scared because of what we've been through, we're constantly waiting for it to get worse, and eventually we are going to kill ourselves with stress. Whether it be a heart attack, a stroke, suicide, we got to change. So if you found this video something you can connect with, you relate to this, give it a like, let me know what's going on in your life in a comment. I'd love to speak to you guys. And take care. Have a good day, and goodbye.